this is Father Chu, and today is February 28th. Today I would like to talk about idol worshiping. Why does the Bible forbid people from worshiping idols? Why should we only worship God and not worship idols like Jesus or whatever? The reason is very simple. Because men make mistakes, and God does not make mistake. Okay? God has clearly stated in the Bible that He is not a man. He is not a man who would try to deceive you. He is not a man who would try to lie to you or try to bargain with you. When God made a covenant with a man, it's basically a promise. Okay? He promises you something, and it will definitely happen. You see, you must understand, God is not a living being. Okay, God is not a spiritual being or some kind of Holy Ghost, or it's basic. God is a mathematical system. Okay, it runs and propels the entire universe. Not one single inch of land, or one molecule, or one atom can escape the control of God. Okay, to most people, the world looks so chaotic. Everything seems so chaotic. Where am I I'm single right now. Where am I supposed to find my wife? Who's my future wife? I don't know. Or if I go to a casino, will I win money? Will I lose money? Nobody knows. If I invest my money in stock market, will I earn money or lose money? Nobody knows. It seems so chaotic, but it's not chaotic. Okay? It might seem chaotic to you because you're not smart enough to figure out the matrix of the universe. It looks chaotic to you, but it's not chaotic. Okay, there are people who know how to figure things out. For example, like prophets, like Moses, Jeremiah. These people, they can foretell the future. They know what the future is going to be. Okay, that's why they're called prophets. So basically, it seems chaotic to you, but everything has to do with numbers. Everything is mathematic. Okay, the universe, God is the mathematical system. It runs and propels the entire universe. Nothing escapes God. So basically, God does not make any mistake. God is not a man. God is not a living being. It lies to you. It tries to deceive you. It tries to take advantage of you. No, God doesn't do that. God is not a man. Okay? So when God makes a promise with you, if, for example, when you sleep at night, you have a dream, and God is telling you something in your dream, okay? He makes a promise with you, and it definitely will be fulfilled. There's no way that God can lie to you. When God makes a promise with you, it definitely will be fulfilled. Okay, let's say, I don't know, like many thousands of years ago, okay? I think it was Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah foretold that one day the Jews will be dispersed out of Israel. They will be taken to the countries. Jews will be scattered all over the world. Okay, and Israel will no longer. God will basically destroy Israel. God will destroy Israel and then scatter these people, these Jews, all across the globe. But one day God will bring them back to Israel. Okay, so basically the prophet Jeremiah prophesied that thousands of years ago, that one day Israel will become a country again. Now, if God is not a mathematical system, if God has no system, okay, this prophecy would not have come true. Now this prophecy came true, Wow, so miraculous, Israel basically disappeared like thousands of years ago. Now it came back. 1967, the UN resolution passed and Israel came back. See, that's a prophecy that came true. If God is not a mathematical system, okay, if God is like a human, right, He makes mistakes, He forgets about things. Let's say He promises you something, and then later on, it's been thousands of years, I forgot it. I forgot about the promise that I made you. Then it would not have come true, right? This prophecy would not have come true. So thousands of years ago, the prophets foretold that Israel will come back, and it came back now. It's so accurate. So basically, God is not a man. He does not make a mistake. So that's the reason why you should not worship idols. People like Jesus, Jesus say, I'm the Son of God. Walk around and, hey, What happened? You know, how come these people don't recognize me? How come these Jews, they reject me? They say I'm not their Messiah. Oh, maybe it's because of Elijah, right? There's a Elijah supposed to come before the Messiah comes. Okay, so Jesus walked around and looked for his Elijah. And John the Baptist, you know, happens to be somebody who praises Jesus. So but then people go to John the Baptist and ask him, hey, are you Elijah? And John the Baptist said, no, I'm not Elijah. John the Baptist himself said he's not Elijah, right? And then Jesus' follower asked Jesus, hey, you know, how come people reject you? How come John the Baptist is already here and you think he's Elijah? Why don't people accept John the Baptist as Elijah? Jesus said, well, too bad that they rejected both of us. They rejected the Messiah and they also rejected they rejected the Messiah and they also rejected Elijah. I mean, you understand? Basically, Jesus said both of them, Elijah and the Messiah, have been rejected by people. Now, I think this is just nonsense. You know, this is just full of crap. You know, can you imagine if God sent Moses? Okay, God promised Moses. God told Moses, I want to send you to the land of Egypt and to free my people. And Moses go to Egypt, end up getting killed by the Pharaoh. Can you imagine that? Let's say Moses went back to Egypt and Pharaoh killed Moses. And what can Moses say to his people? Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll come back the second time. Wait for the second coming of Moses. Right. I failed today. I got nailed on the cross by Pharaoh. So this means, you know, I might come back like a few days later, or maybe a year later, or 2 years later. Who knows? But hey, please wait for the second coming of Moses. Can you imagine that? I mean, what kind of incompetent God would send a messenger and then later on forgets to fulfill his prophecy? You know, he promised Moses that, don't worry, Moses, I'll protect you. I'm going to be with you. Okay, when you go to the land of Egypt, I'll be with you. You're not going to get hurt. And then when Moses goes to Egypt, immediately the Pharaoh catches him and kills him. Can you imagine that? I mean, what kind of incompetent God is that? You know. So what I'm saying is, if Jesus got rejected and his Elijah also got rejected, which is John the Baptist, both of them got rejected, right? Both of them got rejected. And then Jesus ended up dying on the cross. Whose fault is that? That's God's fault, because God forgot to fulfill his promise, right? If God told Jesus, hey, listen, Jesus, listen. If God gave Jesus a dream, okay, at night, and tell Jesus, hey, listen, you know, you're really my son. You are my son, and I'm going to send you to Jerusalem. You're going to be their Messiah. You're going to set them free from the Roman Empire, and you're going to rule. Okay? You're going to rule as the Messiah. You're going to rule the entire world. If God really did tell Jesus that, you know, Jesus would not have died, right? Jesus would have succeeded and ruled the entire world. Why did Jesus die? Did God forget to fulfill his promise? Anyway, that's all I want to say about this Jesus, this session. Please watch my other videos. Thank you.